Absolutely. I think, as you rightly said, the entire intent is not just for the IP professionals, but it's for the engineers, where they can able to use this learning to come with the cherry on the cake, the opportunity of strong differentiated solutions.
Yeah. You see, basically, for any innovation project, we need tools, we need knowledge, and we need the people. These three kind of three components that are necessary. And you see, if TRIZ, if I had a choice, I would call the TRIZ as something inventive thinking or innovative thinking. That what gives us, right? Basically it's a mindset. But it's about everything. Probably many of you, when you talk about TRIZ, you got questions, but in what area can be used? And you say everywhere. And immediately you have quite suspicious look, like it is if you are offering medicine for everything, that kind of, it does not exist. But actually TRIZ does that. It's about everything. It's about, in general, engineering systems, right? It is like when in school we study how to learn, how to read, how to write, all these things. But after that, when we go to universities, we specialize. Someone, uses this writing skills, writing novels. Someone writes for the newspaper. Another one works as a critic. So the same thing. This TRIZ in general, this inventive thinking can be applied in some specific area, and DFP kind of focuses on that. And actually, it's a key because of this generalization, many people study TRIZ, but they do not use it. Because every area of TRIZ application has its specifics. Okay, I have a cost reduction project. Okay, I know level 3 people know what tools to use. But it does not mean that it will work for this project, this standard roadmap. Yeah, we know to circumvent the competitive patent, we need to do claim decomposition and then trim some components and delegate their functions to others, and bingo, we circumvented. But for some reason, very few people do it. Why? It does not work. Because for some types of claims, it works. For many other types of claims, there are very few, very important claims. You cannot trim half of the system. It does not work. There is another approach there, right? Another claim, it is, again, about very few components you cannot trim. The key there, it is those attributes, how the components are allocated, how they turned, and there is another approach there. So the specificity of these different cases, that's the key. Right? Because everyone knows do, re, mi, and all that, but only very, very few people can write operas, right? So that's why, and that's a problem in TRIZ in general. Yeah, we study all these different tools, but yeah, we do TRIZ can be used for forecast. How? Every forecast project are so different. Cost reduction projects are so different. And the specificity, that experience, and practice, that's the key. That's why, this DFP sidetracked, away from TRIZ, because it is focused on details of this type of projects when we want to have this IP patentable, right? And we have IP-centered project when we need to strengthen, when we need to develop dependent claims, when we need to circumvent, when we do hybrids, try and patent hybrids. You will be kicked out, but patent examiners saying each of these are known. We use known methods, known devices for performing known solutions, and how will you patent? So that's basically DFP gives this specificity, right? That's why, on one hand, it can belong to the category of tools, because I know the tools. On the other category, definitely it expands knowledge. That's another ingredient for, innovation mindset, for innovation engineers. And of course, people. Here, I wrote something. Usually when we do TRIZ training or DFP training, usually potential clients say, So what are the outcome? What is ROI? How much money did we save? Or universities say, oh, how many students have you trained? There are some criteria, about money, about people trained, but there is also a very important criterion. It is people. I just was listening all the presenters. I know them for many, many years. And actually, I think one of the most important outcomes of this TRIZ kind of endeavor, it is that it generates few, not many, but few people who kind of, carry this flame, igniting, others more and more. Right. So this outcome is not visible immediately after training. You can actually see it after several years, right? Because first, these people are igniting people around them. Then gradually, those people pretty often they move higher up to managerial positions and start pushing it, from those positions. So just look at the people who presented today. Basically, it's just their stories, how the whole thing happened for 10 years or something, right? You had first training, long, long ago, but that's what happened. And this is, I think, one of the most important outcomes. Maybe it is even more important than immediate ROI after some training right now.